Today's video is all about reviews, responding to reviews, and what reviews will do for your business. I've said it for years. You can build a great roofing company, remodel company, off the backbone of Google reviews. And today what we're going to do is go over the Brightlocal. And let me just give you a quick background on who Brightlocal is. They're one of the top sources for reviews on the planet. So they keep their nose in it and give a ton of information out all throughout the year. And this is their local consumer review survey results for 2022. And I'm going to break this down for you today. It may take a couple of videos, but I'm going to try to squeeze it into this one, because some of these statistics are going to be just mind-blowing. And this first one is one of the first ones that is just staggering. Check this out. Okay, more consumers are reading online reviews than ever before. I'd say they are. In 2021, and this is last year, 77% always or regularly read a review when looking for a local business. Now check this out. That is up from 60% in 2020. 1 year, you're up 17%. So are we starting to get it? Power, power, power. I'm going to go quickly through some of the ones that are not as big a deal. Like right here, 67% of people will leave a review for a positive experience, 40% for not. 89% of consumers are highly or fairly likely to use a business that responds to all of their online reviews. That's one of the things that we talk about in your Google review management, is you need to be responding to every single review. Doesn't matter if it's a 5-star, 3-star, 1-star. Obviously, you want to pick that phone up and try to talk to those people and get that one up. But you see what the power is of just responding to them. And it's the way you respond to them. Even a 1 is fine if you respond to it right. Okay, check this one out. 57% of people say they would not very likely use a business that does not respond to reviews at all. And this is most companies that I see, don't respond to reviews. So that if you're not responding to reviews, you see just how strong that is. And that response is what you look for. Yeah, you want to say thank you to the person that bought a roof or a remodel or whatever from you. But you also need to remember, the main person you're talking to is the lead that you're trying to capture. All right, now let's get to the gorilla. More consumers use Google to evaluate local businesses than ever before. Check this, 2021, 81%. But the year before that, it was just 63%. Google is a behemoth. They've been a behemoth, and believe it or not, 11 years ago, Google reviews were really not a thing. But when Google kicked it in and said, we're fixing to take it, by golly, they took it. And you can see right now, that is a huge number right there. So I would expect that growth. Obviously, it can't keep growing at that rate, but I would expect that growth to still be extremely strong next year. Okay, this is one that a year or two ago was a really big thing. People wanted to see fresh reviews. They wanted to see a review from this week, last week. Millennials are the worst about that. But as you can see right now, that number has dropped from 50% to 22%. So the freshness of the review is not as important as it was just a year or two ago. Okay, now let's talk about that star rating. Check this one out. Just 3%. I mean, that you might as well not even talk about anybody. Said they would consider using the business with an average star rating of 2 or fewer stars. That's down from 14%. So the power of the star rating is also getting really, really strong too. Okay, now let's talk about a question that I get asked all the time. 62% of people say they've seen a fake review for a local business in the past year. Yeah, they probably have of some sort. I have guys ask me all the time, what these guys either bought me a negative review, gave me a negative review, or either they bought themselves positive reviews. Well, there's really not much you can do about that. There is a resource out there that can actually track down these reviews. They go not just to the IP, but they really dig deep, and it's a paid report. But even with that, it's still hard to go to Google and get those down. But the thing is, you just have to have reviews, and you're going to see some people still buying reviews, but Google is getting better and better at catching that. And if they get caught buying them, very likely that they're going to lose their Google business profile. And if you lose it for that, you'll never get it back. So now let's just talk about a few trends before we get too long here. Let's just talk about what this all boils down to. Okay, now I actually got asked this question today. Should I get a review on Angie? Okay, well, let's take a look at where these reviews, where are people going to look at a business? Check this out. Consumer use of Google to evaluate a local business has jumped from 63% last year to 81% this year, 2021. Now, that's going to jump again in 2022. So Yelp, I contend that Yelp is not a thing in roofing and remodeling. Most Yelp reviews don't even count unless you're a what they call a Yelper, that you use it all the time. So I certainly would not even worry about Yelp. But I would be concerned about Apple. I've done a video about that one, so you need to put that one on your radar. But check this out. Consumer use of Facebook to evaluate a local business has dropped from 54% to 48%. Okay, 13% use Apple. Okay, you're going to see that number jump over the next 5 years. And that's why I say you need to put this one on your radar and start getting a few of them. They're real easy for somebody to leave, for one. And if you've got a couple, which, people normally, when they go to Yelp, they're going to leave a bad review anyway. So if you've got a few Yelp reviews out there, if you'll go and get some Apple Map reviews, and I don't know how many, I would certainly get over 5, but the Apple reviews will take precedence over the actual Yelp, because Apple uses Yelp as of right this minute in a lot of markets, in a lot of cases. But if you go get a handful of Apple Map reviews, which is basically a thumbs up, thumbs down, I think they may have a couple of attributes maybe, you can get rid of Yelp. So I would encourage you to get out there and get you a handful of these. But the biggest takeaway today is I want you to know about responding to the reviews. You see how big that is, and you see who the gorilla in the room is that will beat you over the head if you don't have many reviews, or if you have bad reviews. This is where you're going to build your business. Get you the most in the market is what you want to go for, but get you a consistent review acquisition. Google calls it a velocity, whether that's 5 a month, 10 a month, whatever that case may be. But you can see right now just how powerful Google is. And the reason I'm really wanting to drive this point home is Google is power. Google, you can build a business, a successful business around good Google reviews. So I want to leave it at that. I'm starting to get kind of long and really hadn't even tore into these statistics. I'll do another video for another week. But you can see the power of Google. And that's what I wanted to leave you with today. Thanks, and see you on the next one.